Let's begin. A message from the Divine Masculine to women. You don't understand the love that I have for you, how much good I wish for you in those quiet moments by myself. In fact, in every moment, how I can see all the universe inside you, in the miracle of your creation. It's true. I do still have many more things to experience before I truly become the man I was born to be. But there is one thing I know for sure and have always known since that first moment of light, when the Divine Mother reached down and revealed herself to me in a blazing splendor of trumpets. Just a moment is all it took to fuel me for the rest of my life. Since that fateful moment of love and glory, I have loved unendingly the magic hidden away in every woman. That inexplicable being of majesty, purity, and boundless strength that God made at the beginning of time. Nothing can ever tear it away from me. That moment was an eternal victory of my soul, a vision of truth, a glimpse beyond the veil of a human life. And I, a human being, have my moments of upset, where this truth is dimmed. But that never changes its radiance or its truth, and one day I will live constantly in its light. I think of every woman as my daughter, a soul whose protection and education I have been charged with, protection from the miseries of an ordinary life, by raising them higher onto a new plane where mystery reigns and the only impossible end is eternal joy. A world where there exists no shadows, to protect them from the forces of darkness that nip ever at the heels of the unwary, the unloving, and the unwise, to show them the need for virtue and strength, and that none of their suffering has been in vain, that they have a great purpose planned for them by the gods, and nothing can stand in its way, if they will but open the door to it, to this divine teaching. To educate her in the life of the angels and how to live it, how to be free of these subterranean bonds, to live a new life, born into the world of the spirit and the soul, to be good, to conquer their lower nature, to slowly become fully immersed in the sea of light and divine joy. If only I could hand you a box filled with this feeling of tenderness I have for you. Every cell in my body rings with the desire to bring you home, to our heavenly homeland, to show you how grandiose your life really is, how your beauty could conquer the world with its ringing bells, how much magic you can birth into this realm of matter, how much suffering you have endured, and how much suffering you have caused. I am well aware of who you are at the moment on the inside. You think I cannot see it, but I know it very well. In fact, I probably know it better than you. Every thought and habit of your mind is written plainly on your face. You see, I've had every reason to toss you to one side and live a life of loneliness, misery, and resentment, a life full of justification. But how can I do that when I've seen your glory and your goodness, even if it was just for a second, and even if it was a glory you still know nothing about? One day you will grow tired and in the fires of life seek relentlessly a new way to live, a new way to think about the horrors you have seen and lived through. You will see that those shadows and phantoms are in fact guides. They are an almighty light for you to follow, but only if you are strong. And you must add to them a new element if you wish to grow, sunlight, or in other words, a teaching of a great master. I cannot wait until the day when we walk freely together again in the gardens of Eden, like we did when the world was young, and we were made fresh, full of light, singing in the majesty of creation, brimming with colors and joy. I remember it well. It breaks my heart that you cannot. If I could show you how I see you, you would never again be able to let a shadow cross your face without feeling shame. Believe in yourself. Your beauty is beyond words, beyond worlds. It is a memory of the dawn of time. Inside every woman there is a princess waiting to be born, to be brought forth. Her dress is filled with jewels of virtue. Her eyes are like suns or flowers of light, and her song is an aura of harmony that touches every particle in the universe. When she walks by, everything hums and sings and enters ecstasy. She is a magical vortex, a hurricane of light that breaks open the world and fills it with music. The deer bow, the snakes are cowed, and the birds attend to her like a choir of angels. Inside every woman there is a daughter of God. It might take you 1,000,000 years and her 1,000,000 more to fully uncover her, but that is nothing compared to the following eternity of light. You should think about your life differently. A few dark years or even lifetimes is nothing compared to the infinity that God has planned for us. She is an image of perfection. She does exist, and she is not a male projection or a fantasy. She is a memory, a recollection that lives in the deepest parts of every man's soul of what all women once were. That unforgettable song she was. She is a standard of life, moral, psychological, spiritual. She is humble, gracious, forgiving, stable, and above all, strong. Strong enough to swallow and transform all the evils of the world. This is the work of every saint. She is present even now in the divine regions of your being. I can see her, can't you? One day you will remember, my most radiant lady, that every beautiful word once spoken to you by a man, words you now think of as lies, are perhaps the truest words you have ever heard, the only ones which touched the reality of the world, even if only for a moment. They came from the regions of light. One day all men will remember this truth too. Be patient. That day has been planned for when we are ready. Yes, I see the child inside you, whether you realize it or not. All I have ever wished for you is happiness, freedom, and light. And if I must bring you there in chains, I will. Chains of love, bonds of affection that you will wear with joy. The same bonds that I wear, which tie me ceaselessly to my Master, to my Lady of Heaven, and to the Lord above. So if you are reading this, my dear sister, I want you to feel my love for you, to know that the reality of our world is light, and that there is an endless hope for us. I hope these words become an emblem on your heart, a magical talisman that you wear with you everywhere, a mighty spell that protects you in every realm that you walk, an invisible force which guides you ceaselessly into ever greater joy, wisdom, and love. From the memories of our beginning, I eagerly await your return. And I want to explain, in the light of the teaching of Omar Mikhail Ivanov, why women and the feminine principle is so important. It's because, I'm sure some of you have guessed already, the female is the doorway to this world. She is the guardian of matter. She is the creatrix of the world. In fact, I have an ancient coin here from Greece. You won't be able to see it very well, but it's there nonetheless. Focusing is not going to be a nightmare, I imagine. But on the coin, there is a crowned woman holding a staff, sitting on top of the world. And because she is the creator of the world, actually, especially of the human realm. Why? Because every human being comes from a woman. And so while a woman is gestating, there's a book called, while a woman's child is gestating, there's a book called Education Begins Before Birth, about how mothers shape their children in the womb. This is obviously from my master. You'll be able to find it at the link I put down in the description. And that process is basically that through the period of gestation, the mother impregnates the child with all her thoughts and feelings, all her emanations. And through you could call it the atmosphere that she creates through those thoughts and feelings, she attracts certain spirits, Some of those spirits will be guides and co-workers with that soul on its journey, and they can even be the soul itself. So they get to choose which kind of soul will incarnate. So if they think diabolical thoughts, let's be biblical, during the gestation period, then they will have a diabolical child, or a criminal child, basically. But if they can, if they sanctify their child to the Divine Mother, or to the god Apollo, or to Raphael, Archangel Raphael, or something like that, or God himself, that's really simple and easy. And they create this atmosphere of light and harmony and peace, then they can birth a great master. They can birth a saint, simply by the soul that they select. So women have a very, very big responsibility. And of course, the men who get these women pregnant also have a very serious responsibility in order to create the right environment for women to have a spiritual life. But at the end of the day, whatever your environment is, it comes down to how you tackle the situation, the approach that you have. So that's why fit women are so important. And even in Revelations, this is in Revelations where the woman is chased by the dragon being the egregore of evil, and the woman representing the new woman, the woman of the new world, of the golden age. And she escapes the dragon, and through her is born the New Jerusalem, which is the new human consciousness. So women have a big responsibility in this coming age of light, and I hope that I can be of humble assistance in that work. So I hope that explains a little bit about that poem. Obviously, there's so much more to say. It's very, very personal for me. And stay tuned for more. If you want to, of course, explore astrology, you can do that down in the description. And if you're interested in this teaching, in this master, then of course that will be there as well. So God bless you, my friends, my brothers and sisters. Let's work together to bring about this golden age. God bless you.